Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be taking a look at an article from the New Yorker. It's by Dan Piepenbring. It was published on the 13th here of April. It's from the Annals of Gastronomy. Chick-fil-A's creepy infiltration of New York City. And the reason why I'm doing a video on this article is because just the leftist hate and bias towards this company, along with Christianity, is beyond vile, okay? I mean, if you actually have valid criticisms about a business, okay, that aren't based in this bullshit cultural Marxist identity politics realm, then fine, voice your opinions, okay? The whole idea of this type of article should be criticizing a restaurant for, say, its quality of service, its food, things of that nature. Not because of its, political beliefs on the note of, say, the management and ownership of the company. That should not be a factor. But yet, for whatever reason, for Dan and the New Yorker, it is. I mean, just look at the caption here under the picture. Chick-fil-A's corporate purpose begins with the words, "to glorify God," and that proselytism thrums below the surface of its new Fulton Street restaurant. So, because that's in their, corporate purpose, this is a bad thing. If you don't like it, don't shop there. If you don't like it, don't work there. It's that simple, Dan. It's that simple, New Yorker. This is such ridiculous shit. It's not even funny. It's pathetic. During a recent lunch hour, I was alone on the rooftop of the largest Chick-fil-A in the world. The restaurant on Fulton Street is the company's fourth in Manhattan, and it opened last month to the kind of slick, corporate-friendly fanfare that can only greet a new chain. Okay, yeah. Don't see any... Okay, so it's a... Okay, yeah, fast food chain. Corporate-friendly fanfare. Yeah, okay. Yet, this is the type of stuff that people want, which is why the company's doing so well, but yet you're trying to make it sound like it's a bad thing. The first 100 customers have participated in a scavenger hunt around the financial district. Okay, that sounds like good, providing good brand recognition and publicity. At an award ceremony, the management honored them with a year's supply of free chicken sandwiches and waffle fries. Hell, to me that sounds pretty damn good. I wouldn't mind getting that. There were no such prizes on offer when I visited, but from the 5th floor terrace on the top floor of the restaurant, which is 12,000 square feet, I could see that the line to get inside stretched almost to the end of the block. An employee took orders on a touchscreen and corralled people through the doors. The air smelled fried. Okay, yeah? So, you're just upset. I mean, we can tell by this opening paragraph. You're just upset that a company whose ownership and management have conservative values, okay, who have Christian values, which aren't necessarily mutually exclusive, okay, but because they have values from both of those, say, ideological backgrounds, you hate them. So, you're making this clear here. I mean, this is ridiculous. Let's try to hide your hate a little bit more next time, Dan. I mean, you're being a sleazebag when you're setting yourself up here going, oh, well, look at this, all these people. You're jealous. You don't like the fact that this company with those values is successful in your far left little metropolis of New York City. Well, guess what, Dan? You're screwed. They're there to stay. So you know what? When you get time, because you're so busy bitching about this shit, and I wouldn't want to take away from that, go fuck yourself. Seriously. because you deserve to go fuck yourself with this shit. New York has taken to Chick-fil-A. Okay, yeah. Exactly. That's what I just said. One of the Manhattan locations estimates that it sells a sandwich every 6 seconds, and the company has announced plans to open as many as a dozen more storefronts in the city. Pretty damn successful sounding. I mean, that could be why, you've got this hatred going on, because you've got a conservative run company with conservative values driving it being a success. And you don't like that. Didn't the left try to drive Chick-fil-A out of business? And if you look, they're actually doing better than when you guys started. I think you guys were kind of publicity for them, and not in the way that you wanted. I mean, this is hilarious. And yet the brand's arrival here feels like an infiltration, in no small part because of its pervasive Christian traditionalism. Excuse me. What is wrong with traditional Christian values? The same fucking values, you dumb shit, Dan. That, I don't know, are the ones that, are the basis for our legal system? So, you don't like law and order? Oh, wait a minute, you only like laws when they enforce your cultural Marxist bullshit and infringe on other people. So, big friggin' deal. They're pervasive Christian traditionalism. You make Christianity sound like a bad thing. I don't hear you saying the same things about the religion of, driving trucks of peace through crowds of people. Now, do I, Dan? Of course not. You wouldn't do that. Okay? You would rather attack a religion, okay, that doesn't have people, going around, say in the UK, running over people with vehicles, stabbing them with knives, throwing acid in their faces, okay? Here in the U.S., committing a nightclub shooting in Orlando, Florida, San Bernardino. I mean, come on now, Dan. You're going to go after Christian traditionalism when there is a lot worse things out there on the note of religion. I mean, goes to show your true colors here, buddy. In its headquarters in Atlanta, it is adorned with Bible verses and a statue of Jesus washing a disciple's feet. Its stores close on Sundays. Okay, yeah, so what? Okay, so you're bitching that you have a company that believes in traditional Christian values, which means that they're actually treating which this is a known fact, Chick-fil-A treats their employees very well. And it could be because of those traditional Christian values you hate so much, okay? When McDonald's and Burger King are screwing over their employees and paying them shit, Chick-fil-A isn't doing that. Yet you have a problem with their traditional Christian values. You have a problem with the fact that its stores close on Sundays and that every single one of their employees has a guaranteed day off. On the weekend, mind you, regardless if they're religious or not, they have a weekend day off. How many fast food workers do you know that would actually have a weekend day off? I bet you it's pretty low if you go beyond Chick-fil-A. Probably almost non-existent. Yet, you're trying to make that sound like a bad thing, Dan. You are a sleazy, disgusting, leftist scumbag. And that's me being nice. Because I've already sworn quite a bit because of this shit you're spewing. And I really don't want to go and start sounding like I have Tourette's. And what gets me is I'm a lapsed Catholic, agnostic that leans kind of towards the God thing, and I'm not a fan of organized religion, and I think what you're doing here is beyond vile. Its CEO, Dan Cathy, has been accused of bigotry for using the company's charitable wing to fund anti-gay causes, including groups that oppose same-sex marriage. Let's be a little more accurate here. They were the actual marriage thing. They weren't going after, say, civil union where under the law they are married. They were going after the actual in-church marriage thing, which is traditional Christian values. I'm sorry that upsets you. I'm sorry that a private company and the private individuals within it are actually doing something like that. Oh, wait, you have no problem with, Mark Suckanut over at Facebook censoring conservatives, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure that you don't have a problem with Twitter doing that, and YouTube. I wouldn't be surprised if you go, well, they're private companies. So you're going to use that argument that they're private companies, I'm sure. But private company, you got a problem with it. You double standard little sleazebag. Deal with it. If they want to do that, that's their business. If you don't like it, don't shop there. It's that simple, Dan. Oh my God, you are a vile and disgusting person. We are inviting God's judgment on our nation, he once said. When we shake our fist at him and say, we know better than you as to what constitutes a marriage. Okay. Yeah, that's a Christian belief. Okay, that's not, beyond to me, a decade ago, not even, this wouldn't be considered an extreme view. Hillary Clinton pushed this view when she ran for senator. Oh, all of a sudden she flip-flops when she's running for president. She flips. All the Democrats flip trying to court all you cultural Marxist morons. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, I don't understand how you could be this ignorant and stupid. I mean, either you're this ignorant and stupid, or you're doing this for the money. Could be both, but those are pretty much the two choices, I'm guessing, Dan. The company has since reaffirmed its intention to treat every person with honor, dignity, and respect, but it has quietly continued to donate to anti-LGBT groups. I love how they try to make it sound like these are like groups that are trying to, wipe them out. That's not what they're doing these are like groups that are going after the fact of, gay marriage in churches and stuff like that. This isn't like, wipe out the gays like you're trying to portray, you sleazy, disgusting person, Dan. And I've said stuff like that about you quite a bit, but I get into this further and I see how much more of a scumbag, piece of shit you really are. And it gets even worse as we get further in here. When the first standalone New York location opened in 2015, a throng of protesters appeared. The lines were out the door, and there was like 50 or 100 fucking leftist rejects, blue-haired feminist, fat, fugly bitches with like braided armpit hair and shaved, the sides and the back of their head shaved, going protesting Chick-fil-A with limp wrist little fairies. I mean, come on now. All right? And I've got nothing against gays or the LGBTQ community. Okay? I'm just politically incorrect. And I don't give a shit what you think. But I figure I'd at least make it clear so that way I cannot be misconstrued because I've made it clear. But that was how did you refer to it again? Throng of protesters. You had lines going around the block, and there was maybe 100 people if you were lucky. Okay. When a location opened in Queens Mall in 2016, Mayor Bill de Blasio proposed a boycott. Yeah, and he got a shit ton of backlash, and it actually was good advertising for Chick-fil-A. It was probably the best free advertising that they got in the New York City market, or advertising in general. No such controversy greeted the opening of this newest outpost. Yeah, because people don't give a shit except stupid, triggered little cultural Marxist fucks like you, Dan. You're the only ones who care. Chick-fil-A's success here is a marketing coup. Why? Because they're a conservative Christian company that is successful? Oh yeah, real big coup. They provide a superior product, okay, fast, okay, in a clean store with friendly staff that are paid well, that want to help their customers, okay, that aren't giving the New York attitude because they're getting paid well and they're trained to be pleasant and polite. So, yeah, when you have an environment like that, it's a marketing coup. Because people are actually, through their buying power, through their money, are spending their dollars where they want to spend them. And showing, hey, this is a good company. We like it. Its expansion raises a question about what we expect from our fast food and to what an extent a corporation can join a community. No! They have every freaking right to open a business where they see fit. You don't have a right to tell them they can't. And I love how you're bringing this out from our fast food. You don't bitch about Burger King. You don't bitch about McDonald's. You don't bitch about Wendy's. You don't bitch about Hardee's. You don't bitch about any of them. But you got to bug up your ass for Chick-fil-A. But so you have no problems with those companies who pay shit, treat their employees like shit, exploit their employees. But yet you have a problem with a company because of their conservative Christian values, actually treats their employees well, gives them one set day off a week, pays them, a good wage, things like that. You've got a problem with. You are a vile, disgusting, sleazy person if you have a problem with that because they're conservative Christian. Oh my God, this is disgusting. How the hell does the New Yorker think this is going to, come across the way that they're trying to have it come across? I'm just some schmuck sitting here, in front of my computer with a cheap microphone, calling out their shit. If I can do this, Jojo the Idiot Circus Boy could figure this one out, what they're trying to push here, and go, yeah, you're full of shit and you're morons. If you think I'm going to buy it. I mean, this is ridiculous. I noticed that word community scattered everywhere in the Fulton Street restaurant. Oh, could that be because of the fact of, conservative Christians believe in the idea of, community, as in like their community around them, as in their neighbors, as in their towns, and there's an actual sense of it with them. Whereas New Yorkers, especially your leftist types, there's absolutely none of that. You're antisocial fucks unless you're in your little cliques. You don't know who's next door to you. Never mind, above you, beneath you, down the hall, in your apartment building. I mean, this is ridiculous. A shelf of children's books bears a plaque testifying to our love for this local community. Oh, so you've got a problem with a shelf of books for children there. And that it says that they have love for their local community, which they show by contributing to the community, by employing people, by charity, donations and such. Yeah, you're a real... This is ridiculous. Sleazy. The tables are made of reclaimed wood, which creates, according to a Chick-fil-A press release, an inviting space to build community. Which is what they want. They want people to treat Chick-fil-A as part of the community. They want to literally be part of that community. You have a problem with them being part of the community because they're a conservative Christian corporation. Huh? You can't... You're trying to portray this one way, but your bias and your sleaziness is so apparent because you didn't even really want to try to hide it. Or if you did a really bad job at it. I mean, and you're bitching about the fact that they have reclaimed wood tables. The left loves recycling, but you've got your head so far up your ass that they're using recycled wood for their tables is a bad thing to you. Are you serious? I mean, this is hilarious. Dan, dude, you seriously need to check into a mental ward, man, and get a fucking vacation from your Trump derangement syndrome and your friggin', conservative Christian, syndrome and every other syndrome that you have that for things that are right of Karl Marx. A blackboard with the header, "Our community displays a chalk drawing of the city skyline." Okay. Not a bad thing. Outside, you can glimpse an earlier iteration of that skyline on the building's facade, which with two tall impervious rectangles jutting out, giving a subtle impression of the Twin Towers. Okay. Yeah. But watch, you're going to now make that sound like a bad thing. And this is what's disgusting. This right here really kind of said, yeah, this next sentence is what had me say I'm doing this article because, Dan, you are a disgusting person for trying to play it like this. The emphasis on community, especially in the misguided nod to 9/11, suggests an ulterior motive. Whoa. Excuse me, you fucking piece of motherfucking scumbag shit. Okay? You spawn scum. Actually, you give Pawn... If you were Pawn Scum, you give Pawn Scum a bad name. The misguided nod to 9/11. Your first things, you're trying to literally put something where it isn't. Okay? Because they have a skyline without the Twin Towers because they're not there. Okay? But on the outside of the building, there is an old drawing... probably painting at this, probably spray paint, not as, like skyline drawing on the side of the building, okay? That is from prior to the Twin Towers falling. And you got to throw this Islamophobia crap in here. Well, and you're not even doing, you don't even have the balls. You don't even have the balls to do it directly. But, misguided nod to 9/11. How is it a misguided nod to 9/11? There's no nod to 9/11. The outside of the building, they're leasing the space. They have no control over the outside of the building beyond, say, their storefront. And how, even if it was, say, a nod to 9/11, okay, as in a remembrance, not a nod, a remembrance. 9/11 should be remembered because if you take that into account, which all you leftist shitbags don't, you count from the day after 9/11 to push your, white terrorist, white male Christian terrorist crap, okay? That was a mass murder of thousands of people by Islamic extremists if you buy the official story. There was, by... Islamic extremists. I mean, yes, there was Muslims involved in it. Whether or not they were being run by Osama, the same people are telling you, Osama, are the same people that told you, buy the Kennedy official story, and now we see, hey, you were all full of shit. You kind of go, okay, yeah, you're probably full of shit here too. But the idea for you to literally try to portray that like that, is just beyond sleazy. For you to try to make it sound like remembering 9/11 is a bad thing is sleazy. Because, if we do that, then we have to look at the justification of, being weary of Islam and the extremists who follow it. Oh, you are such a sleazy person, Dan. The restaurant's corporate purpose still begins with the words to glorify God, and that proselytism thrums below the surface of the Fulton Street restaurant, which has the ersatz homespun ambiance of a megachurch. Oh yeah, I bet you a Chick-fil-A looks like a megachurch on the inside. You know that people from from outside New York read the New Yorker for their culture and all that other, their dose of culture and stuff like that, these dumbed down leftists. And they're going to buy that shit. It's a fucking fast food restaurant, you dumb shit. If it looks like a mega church, I'll give you $50. I will give you, Dan, $50. I'm calling bullshit. And I'll stake $50 on it. That you are spewing bullshit right there. David Farmer, Chick-fil-A's vice president of restaurant experience, told BuzzFeed that he strives for a pit crew efficiency, but where you feel like you just got hugged in the process. Yes, they want you to feel like you're at a family, like your grandmother's house, or you're the aunt that's the great cook. Okay? And I love how you try to bring this in with the glorified God. This is about family. This is about those values of treat thy neighbor, okay, as you would treat thyself. Yet, you're trying to portray this in totally different, in a totally different light. And it's disgusting. That contradiction, how is, whoa. That's not a contradiction. Because, let's just get to this. That contradiction, industrial but claustral, is at its heart of the new restaurant and of a Chick-fil-A's entire brand. Nowhere is this clearer than in the cows. But before we go on to the cows, which is some fucked up, stretching out, the truth type of shit, and, trying to link A to Z by skipping, B through Y. It's pretty bad. But, so, because they want to run an efficient business, and they want you to feel like you're at a place where you're getting, treated nice, treated friendly, you have great customer service. It feels kind of like, you're at your grandmother's or your aunt, the aunt that's the great cook's house. You got a problem with that. Like I said, this is ridiculous. It's not a contradiction. You do realize, if you actually watched The Founder, good movie, by the way, you would see that the McDonald's brothers, who are from came from my home state, and went out to California and created that franchise, they had the same exact belief of pit crew efficiency, but still having your customers, feel that same exact way. But you're trying to make that sound like a bad thing. Why? Because McDonald's doesn't treat people like that anymore. And they're not that conservative Christian. Because those brothers were kind of conservative, Christian types. And here's Chick-fil-A, conservative Christian. You got a problem with that. You just admit it. It's ridiculous. It's impossible to overstate the role of the cows in official communiques. They always take the capital C, who are displayed in framed portraits throughout the Fulton Street location. If the restaurant is a megachurch, you're trying to claim that a fast food fucking restaurant is a megachurch. And no one's buying it, Dan. If the restaurant's a megachurch, the cows are its ultimate evangelists. You really think, oh wow, if leftists buy into this shit, and they like to say, oh yeah, Trump supporters and conservatives and Republicans, they're the dumber ones. If you buy into shit like this, you're a complete and total fucking moron. Not the other way around. Since their introduction in the mid-90s, when they began advising Atlanta motorists to eat more chicken, they've remained one of the most popular and most morbid advertising campaigns in fast food history, crucial to a Chick-fil-A's corporate culture. Okay, so humor, is morbid. Okay, it can be morbid, but this is not morbid like he's trying to portray it. This makes it sound like you've got these cows, that are like walking through the fencing of Cowschwitz, and they're about to get a bolt put to their head, and they're saying, "Eat more chicken and save my life," when they're not. This is so friggin' sad. It's not even funny, because that's how you are trying to portray this here, Dan. Oh my god, this is so freaking funny. S. Truett Cathy, the chain's founder and Dan Cathy's late father, saw them as a tool to spread the gospel of chicken. In his Christian business book, Eat More Chicken, Inspire More People, from 2002, he recalls crashing a child's party at a Chick-fil-A in Hampton, Georgia. Brandishing a plush cow toy before the birthday girl, he asked her, "What do cows say?" Now I love this. He was brandishing a cow. You leftists have got guns on the brain that now cows are guns. He was brandishing a cow. Was this cow 9mm, Dan? Oh, wait. It was an AR-15 cow? It was an automatic rifle 15 cow. Okay, Dan. Gotcha. You fucking moron. He was brandishing the cow. He held it to the little girl's head. Is that what you're going to say next, Dan? And he said, "What a cow say?" Right? That's what he did. That's what you're going to tell us, right, Dan? Because you're so delusional. That's what I'm expecting to read next. She looked at me puzzled. Remember, she was barely 3. "What do cows say?" I repeated. "Moo," she replied. Everyone laughed at her pretty good answer, and I gave her a cow and a hug and whispered the real answer to her. Then I turned to her mother and asked, "What do the cows say?" "Eat more chicken," her mother cried. Then one by one, each person quoted the cows and laughed. Okay. Yeah. That's good marketing. You got a cow going, "Hey, save my ass, eat more chicken." Chickens are the stupid ones. Okay? That's basically what the marketing is behind this. And you're going, "Oh, it's so morbid." It's cute. It's funny. Cathy died a billionaire in 2014, but the Eat More Chicken mantra has survived because it's good marketing, because it was a good slogan. Though the cows have never bothered to improve their spelling. Oh, God, you're going to be a grandma Nazi about fucking cows in an advertising campaign. You are desperate, Dan. Franchises still hold an annual... All right, even prove they're in spelling. Franchises still hold an annual Cow Appreciation Day, offering free food to anyone dressed as a cow. Oh, heaven forbid someone, put on some, spotted pants and a shirt and maybe some cow ears or something and go get some free chicken. Damn. You got some fucking problems, man, if you're bitching about all this shit, which is stupid shit to bitch about. Employees dance around in cow suits. Sounds fucking, like I wouldn't want to be in the cow suit, but I would be laughing watching them do so. The company's advertising manager doubles as the cows are. Okay, big fucking whoop. The cows have their own calendar. Yeah, because it's good marketing. This year's theme is Steers of Yesteryear. Okay, big fucking whoop. They've been inducted into Madison Avenue Walk of Fame, and their Facebook following is approaching 7 figures. That's your problem. You don't like the fact that they've got, almost 1 million followers on Facebook, that being conservative Christian company, they're being successful. This is what this is all over, Dan. Why didn't you just, save us the long-ass fucking read and go, "I hate Chick-fil-A because it's a conservative Christian company, and I'm just going to fucking talk out my ass about a bunch of bullshit, okay, and make you read it all, and you're just going to look at me like I'm a fucking moron after." If you had done that, you would have saved all of us a lot of time. But, this just goes to show, obviously I'm exaggerating, but I wanted to get through this article here because, this is ridiculous. This guy is fucking delusional. This is so fucked up. Stan Richards, who heads the ad agency that created the cows, the Richards Group, likened them to a guerrilla insurgency in his book, The Peaceable Kingdom. One consumer wrote to tell us that the campaign was so effective that every time he sees a field of cows, he thinks of chicken. "We co-opted an entire species." Yeah, that's good fucking marketing, but you got a problem with it. Because they found an effective marketing on getting their brand out there and getting people to have fun with it. And to think that Chick-fil-A is fun. And to think that they're a fun company. Heaven forbid. It's worth asking why Americans fell in love with an ad in which one farm animal begs us to kill another in its place. Are you a fucking vegan, Dan? I'm going to guess not. But you're just trying to play this because you're a leftist and you have nothing better to go after the company with. Most restaurants take pains to distance themselves from the brutalities of the slaughterhouse. What? Not necessarily. Excuse me. I take it you've never gone to a seafood restaurant, Dan, and had fucking lobster? You pick your lobster out of the fish tank yourself, usually, especially at these high-priced places in New York City. You pick your fucking lobster from the tank. What the fuck are you talking about? That's like the selling point of, like, getting lobster, is picking the lobster you want. Holy shit, dude. Oh yeah, if your fucking logic was sound, then lobster wouldn't sell like it does for the price that it does, now would it? Because no one would want it. So yeah, from the brutalities of slaughterhouse, Chick-fil-A invites us to go along with the cows to Schadenfreude. Oh yeah, let's make a fucking Holocaust fucking reference. Like serious, okay. Now, if you had said Cowschwitz, okay, like I did, that's a joke. You're trying to, like, be a sensationalizing piece of shit, and you're literally minimizing the fucking Holocaust in the process. You are a fucking... Oh, wow. Dude, you are a delusional shitbag if you would do that. To think that's okay. To think that that's okay to do. Makes you a delusional fucking shitbag. Besides the other stuff that you've spewed here. In the portraits at the Fulton Street restaurant, the cows visit various New York landmarks. They're in Central Park where Eat More Chicken has been mowed into the lawn. Yeah, sounds kind of cute. They've been glimpsing the Manhattan Bridge from Dumbo, where they've modified a stop sign. Stop eating burgers. Yes, sounds cute. They're on the subway where the advertisement, you get the picture. Okay, yeah. The joke is that the cows are out of place in New York. A winking acknowledgement that Chick-fil-A too does not quite belong here. No, that is your fucking opinion. You cultural Marxist, fucking leftist, easily triggered, probably a fucking soy boy beta cuck. That's what I'm guessing. You're probably, if you've got a woman cucked by her and she's getting dicked by some alpha males on the side. Because if you try to portray this as, oh, Chick-fil-A does not quite belong here. That was not the whole point of that marketing campaign. Okay? That's not the joke about it. The joke about it is the cows are going around trying to spread this around so that they don't get slaughtered and turn into burgers. It's not that they're out of place in New York. Because I'm sure Chick-fil-A is going to have the same type of materials with the cows in their stores that's, appropriate for the location they're in. I mean, that would make sense when you're describing it the way you are. So, yeah, your opinion is wrong. They do belong there. Their success proves that, and you're just a triggered little butthurt bitch. Its arrival in the city augurs worse than a load of manure on the F train. No, your fucking story here is worse than a load of manure on the F train. According to a report from the Center for Urban Future, the number of chain restaurants in New York has doubled since 2008, crowding out diners and greasy spoons for whom the rent is too dear. Not true. Because those greasy spoons and those diners, they serve food that is not like these fast food restaurants, okay? I mean, they serve like meals and shit like that. Chick-fil-A serves chicken sandwiches. You're conflating here. You made your conflation. And you're only bitching about Chick-fil-A through this whole article, but yet it's about fast food restaurants now. We can see right through your bullshit here. Chick-fil-A, meanwhile, is set to become the third largest fast food chain in the nation, behind only McDonald's and Starbucks. And that fucking digs at your craw. That pisses you off. That upsets you. It triggers you. It makes you into the whiny bitch who wrote this fucking article because you don't like the fact that a conservative Christian company is a success. They're not using corporate welfare to be a success because every fucking company that pushes the shit that you want is on the government tit in one way or another. Okay? Google, Facebook, YouTube. They've got government money involved. And federal government. All of them. Okay? Do you think they would do as well if they didn't have the government helping them keep control of the markets until this latest bullshit where they're like, oh yeah, you've got a monopoly? Now they're doing that because the politicians are like, well, fuck me. I got to play this game and act like that. Sorry, suck a nut, but you're on your own. Yeah. Do you honestly think if they didn't have the government conspiring with them because suck a nut and, you know, the people behind Alphabet and the fact that In-Q-Tel has stunk money into all of those companies, do you think if the government involvement wasn't like that, do you think they would have control like that? Fuck no. Okay? And because you got a company that shows that you can actually go out there without being on the government tip, because I'm sure, you know, if you look at how other businesses will operate, it's always the conservative Christian ones that don't do that type of shit. And they tend to be, or at least the ones that are run by conservatives, tend to be far more successful. There's a reason for that. I mean, so you're upset that they're going to be, you know, bigger than Burger King and Wendy's. Well, fucking wah. No matter how well such restaurants integrate into the community, they still venerate a deadening uniformity. You just bitched about how unique the stuff in the Chick-fil-A was, how nice it was. You were trying to claim it's so nice that it's like a fucking megachurch because you're trying to push that religious bias. And now it's they still venerate a deadening uniformity. You just said it's different. Now you're trying to say it's uniform. Dude. What, you didn't think people would have the attention span longer than a goldfish and not realize you just contradicted yourself at the end? Homogeneous food is comfort food, and the chains know that their primary appeal is palliative. With ad after ad and storefront after storefront, they have the resources to show that they've always been here for us, and the recent trends indicate that we prefer them over anything new or untested. No, not true. You're fucking ridiculous, dude. That's not true. Because people try new restaurants all the time. People go to places like Chick-fil-A because they want, you know, fast food that's good food that's fast. Not McDonald's because you get fast food that's been sitting there that's shitty with cold fucking mushy fries. That's why they go to Chick-fil-A. Defenders of Chick-fil-A point out that the company donates thousands of pounds of food to New York Common Pantry, and that its expansion creates jobs. Yeah, both good things. The more fatalistic will add that hypocrisy is baked or fried into every consumer experience, that unbridled corporate power makes it impossible to bring your wallet in line with your morals. What the fuck are you talking about? Your wallet in line with your morals. Like I said towards the beginning, you don't like it? Don't fucking shop there. You don't have to go to Chick-fil-A to buy a chicken fucking sandwich. You stupid fuck. So, again, you just contradicted yourself. Jesus Christ. Still, there's something especially distasteful about Chick-fil-A, which has sought to portray itself as better than other fast food, cleaner, gentler, and more ethical, with its poultry slightly healthier than the mystery meat of burgers. So, they are far better. They are cleaner. They are gentler. They are more ethical. They pay their employees better. They treat their employees better. That's ethics. They're not portraying themselves that way. They are that way. Its politics, its decor, its commercial evangelical messaging are inflected with this suburban piety. Oh my God. You're the one that's pushing religion, the religion of cultural Marxism. Holy fucking shit. They're not. They're trying to sell chicken. And you're putting shit into it and making it something it isn't. A representative of the Richards Group once told Adweek, people root for the low-status character, and the cows are low-status. They're the underdog. That may have been true in 1995 when Chick-fil-A was a lowly mall brand, struggling to find its footing against the burger juggernauts. Today's the cows. Guerrilla's insurgency is more of a carpet bombing. New Yorkers are under no obligation to repeat what they say. Enough. We can tell them no more. Dude, okay. Here you are trying to say what's funny. They're still the underdog. Okay? They are still the underdog. Not in 1995. Still today, because people eat way more fucking burgers than they do chicken sandwiches. So, still funny. Still relevant. And I love your cheap shot at them when they were a lowly mall brand struggling to find their footing. Every fast food chain has a mall location, at least somewhere. Not only that, Sbarro's is big in New York. Outside of and they get storefronts there, but you go outside of New York, all they are is a mall fucking brand. Chick-fil-A, not so much. So if you're talking about Sbarro's being a lowly mall brand, I might agree with you, but Chick-fil-A, no. But, I mean, just look at the shit that this moron is pushing here. I mean, I'm sorry that this video is as long as it is. But there's a lot here, and there's a lot of his bias, you know, propagandistic bullshit that he's trying to push. And it really needed to be gone through. You know? But I think I've done that well enough, and I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.